Hello. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not entirely sure that I'm mentally or emotionally or otherwise prepared for this video, but it's day 26 and I haven't posted in a while. I've been, active in my ruckus, but I just haven't posted anything, and there have been things that I wanted to share, but I just haven't had time, or I don't know, it didn't feel right or something for whatever reason. But I definitely am. I have 4 days left, so I better start sharing some of my, realizations and such. So I just woke up and jotted down a few words. I usually have an outline of things that I've thought out that I want to say, but we'll see where this takes me. It's crazy. I guess I'd like to start off with on a positive note. I definitely 100% can see major improvements in my confidence and just like the way that I interact with people. Like, it's not all the time. I mean, I'm known for being awkward, I think, a little bit. So I still have, my like awkward quirkiness, and I'm still trying to figure out if that's just part of my personality or if it's due to like insecurity. But I know that I feel a lot better when I'm around people, and like in interacting with people, I feel a lot better around certain people that I might have felt nervous around for whatever reason. And it's really great. Like, it feels great to not have like this anxiety just like being around people. Like, it's really, I can't express like how amazing it is not to have that anxiety, just like because I've been actively like working through it. So that's really great. Let's see. I guess too, another positive improvement is that I really started to realize, like, I really, I guess, started to give myself credit for all of the things that I do, and like the amazing stuff that I do, and just like accept the fact that, hey, like, I'm amazing, like I do. I've taken a lot of like opportunities that have come my way, and I don't realize just like how amazing it all is. I just always focus on like the negative of what I'm doing, or the negative aspects of myself, or like, let's say I get accepted for like a really awesome job. I won't be thinking like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so amazing, like, I got it. I'll be thinking like, oh god, I hope I don't screw it up. Like, it's like negative. Like, even when like positive stuff happens, it's just kind of like I focus a lot on the negative. So I realized that I am the most, because I don't consider myself a pessimistic person. So I realized I think I might be like the most negative optimist. Like, I focus on the negative, but I'm so optimistic about the fact that it can be better. And I think that stems from like a lot of things. One is just the fact that I had to deal with the nature of like the work that you do. Like, when you work on like social justice issues, or when you work on, I guess, like, trying to make things better, you do focus a lot on what's wrong. You focus a lot on like what's negative. And sometimes I think if you're not careful, it can just make you have a really negative view of the world, a really negative view of everything. And so that's one reason. Another reason is I've been saying for a long time that I wanted to make a video talking about like my issues with authority. And I think I might just have to feed two birds with one scone and talk about it now, because like I said, I'm kind of, day 30 is like right around the corner, so I don't know why I haven't been talking about these things, but I need to. So this won't be as long as I guess I intended it to be. I mean, the issue of authority. But basically, disclaimer, I'm not trying to demonize anybody. Like, these are actually issues that I have worked out prior to starting this ruckus. This is an issue that I worked out probably like a year ago. So anyway, so like I think I mentioned before, like, a lot of my family members can tend to be really negative, really paranoid, really, I don't know how to explain it, kind of like unsupportive. Like, when you tell them you're doing something or tell them about an idea, they'll just like tack the negative aspects, or start saying, you're gonna get kidnapped, or something crazy. like the first time I went to DC by myself, I was 19, and I was there for a Choice USA conference, and my dad was like, "Oh my God, you're going by yourself? Tell somebody to pick you up at the airport." And I got there at like 11 p.m. Like, seriously, I'm not gonna call someone from Choice USA and be like, "Hey, can you come get me?" And then so I said, "No, that's ridiculous." And he was like, "No, you stay there until someone gets you." And and I was like, "Dad, like, what am I gonna do when I'm 40? And like, what if I leave town to go apply for a job somewhere? And am I gonna like ask my future employer to like come pick me up from the airport?" So so like just stuff like that, like always like not saying, "Oh great, you're going to DC." It's like, "Oh my God, you're going to DC by yourself, you're gonna get kidnapped," stuff like that. And also, just like when I was growing up, I'd always get in trouble for like really weird things. Like I said, I'm totally over these issues. But I think my dad did have like serious like anger issues like when I was growing up, and he was a very very much a very like he was very authoritarian, and like he is very controlling. Like, he likes to control everything. And so like I remember I'd get in trouble for like the weirdest things and get yelled at all the time over like nothing. So like it makes you like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's not like, like so sad, but you know what I mean? It's like it affected me in ways that like every little thing I do, I'm like totally afraid to screw up, because like that's how I grew up. Like, if I got like, for instance, I just remember this one time, like we were just sitting on a curb and I like touched a tire from the car next to me, and he freaked out and started yelling at me like, "You don't touch other people's things." And like I was just like, "Oh God, okay." So stuff like that, it's just like the littlest things. I'm not kidding. Like you're like, I'm insecure about it. I feel like I'm gonna mess up. Like, I'm always afraid that I'm gonna screw up. So I think that's where like a lot of my negativity about myself and a lot of negativity just in general comes from. But like I said, I'm totally over that. Like, for the longest time, I was just like, I said like my dad like made me like not be able to like believe in myself. But no, my dad's amazing. Okay, like he did, for that one thing, he did like so many good things for me too. But I just mean like I had to get over that, and like now I feel like our relationship like is a lot better. But anyway, so that's one of the reasons I think too that I still have like this negativity in my head, because I was so used to having that feeling of like, oh, I'm screwing up. So yeah. So there's that, and that's why I have issues with authority now. Like, whenever I see somebody as like an authority figure, and they don't even have to be like an official authority figure, I like tend to be afraid of them or like distance myself from them. I just don't feel comfortable around them, which is why like I've kind of struggled too, like at the university at UTEP, because I never like to talk to my professors. Like, if I'm having an issue, like if I'm gonna be absent, if I'm gonna be anything, and I'm absent a lot because I'm like always going here and there and all this other stuff, I don't like to talk to them. I get really bad anxiety when I feel like I have to talk to them, and it's just, I don't know, it's weird. So that's my like issue with authority, and it kind of does play into my issue with insecurity, because I'm always insecure whenever I feel like I'm around some kind of authority figure. And that goes for at work too. Like, all the people I work with are really amazing on campus, and it's just, I feel awkward sometimes around like the supervisors or like the coordinators, just because like, again, it's that issue of like authority. So that's where another issue of insecurity stems from. And another thing is that I kind of touched upon, like I struggle with depression, and I don't really understand it. Like, I don't understand where it comes from. I've tried to kind of work through it in the past couple of years, well, more so in the past year, in the past semester, because I really thought it went away. I thought it went away, and I had the best summer ever. Like, I made A's in all the classes I took. I was just really happy. I was like doing amazing things. And like, even like when I dislocated my knee, like I didn't let that I didn't let that slow me down at all. People were like, "No, you shouldn't go to work. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna do it," because I was really motivated. I was really happy. And that continued for like through the beginning of the fall semester, but then somewhere along the way, like it just hit me. Like, I got depressed, and it hit me like out of nowhere. Like I said, I thought I was over it. I thought I was never gonna get depressed again, and I did, and it was weird, and I don't understand it really. I don't understand if it's like situational or if it's like chemical or what, but I don't believe in depression medication. Well, at least not for myself, because I just don't really trust pharmaceutical companies in the first place anyway. But and I think that they'll just try and sell you anything, you know, and call it a cure. So I try to work through it, but it's hard, and so I had like issues with that this semester, and that brings me insecurity because I feel embarrassed about it. Like I don't want to tell people about it. Like, you know, some days in the semester, I'd literally have days where like I just couldn't get out of bed. Like I felt physically sick. Like I don't know. Like I just couldn't do anything. Like I'd just sleep all day, and when I'd try to get out of bed, like I would just cry. Like it was just really weird. And like that, for instance, I wouldn't tell like my professors. I wouldn't tell anybody, and it just made me feel really insecure, and for whatever reason. So I hope I'm over it now, because I feel great now. I feel happy now, and I feel maybe working through these issues will help me like work through my issues with depression also. At least I hope so, you know. So yeah, that's that. But so those are some of the things that I guess wanted to talk about. But like I said, I've had major improvements recently, and I'm starting to like give myself like the credit and the recognition that I deserve. Like I tell myself, oh wow, like the things that I'm doing are amazing, and it's just, it feels really good to like realize that, I guess. And it also feels really good to just be happy and to be able to be comfortable around people, and because if you don't realize like the good in yourself, it's going to be really hard to realize the good in other people. So now that I've started to like, I guess, accept the good things about myself, I'm finding it a lot easier to see the good in other people, and just not just to see it, but to like really appreciate it and like be so like grateful for it, I guess, and really like get to know people, connect with people again, because that's something I was afraid to do for a long time. Like I didn't even talk to people or be around people, so it feels really great to just be able to like meet new people, network, and you know, all that stuff. So anyway, so yay! So I am so grateful for so many people, like for these past couple of days. I am extremely grateful for Stephanie Correa, because, girl, like, if she wasn't there, I think I would have gone crazy. Like, she does so much hard work. She is always the person there who's just like, she's just gonna get shit done. She's gonna, I don't know, she's kept me sane, literally. Like, if Stephanie wasn't around, like, I would have lost my mind already. So I'm so grateful for her. I'm really grateful for my supervisor, Shannon, because she has introduced me to people recently who have become really important in like my professional development, and I'm like learning a lot from her about like networking and being around people, and she's one of the people that I've been able to feel more comfortable around lately, so I'm like, oh, thank God. You know, like, just because I said that issue that I have with authority, I'd be nervous around her, just like, okay, and like now I'm starting to be able to actually get to know her more like a person. And I'm so grateful for like my mom, my dad, like they're just always amazing. Like I can't even tell you. Like just I'm grateful for so many people. Like it's an entire list. So I'm just gonna say I'm freaking grateful for like everybody. If you're in my life, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. And today I love me because I can't think of a reason not to love me. And seriously, like I'm talking about major improvements, and I hope that they're permanent. So day 26, the morning of day 26, and I feel amazing. And I hope everyone else is feeling amazing too. So I am really close to 30 days, and I'll be posting later, as always. Okay, bye.